We are fighting a war. Everyone sitting here is fighting a war. But this war doesn't happen on a battlefield full of smoke and noise. It's silent. It's invisible. It happens deep inside our minds. It's a war that we fight against ourselves. But finally, it's a war that we fight for ourselves. When I was in middle school, I once fell for a boy. Then I felt all my thoughts kept going back to him. I felt the jealousy, possessiveness, sadness, confusion. I felt the joy of loving with friends or the praise for my progress couldn't compare to a single glance from him. I felt I was controlled by invisible strings. They grew from my blood, yet they held me back. What are they? 30,000 years ago, our ancestors shot the first arrow. They were fighting for survival. This arrow helped them conquer beasts and rise to the apex of the wild. That is instinct. In modern times, we are, however, struck by the first arrow. We fall into primal desires: pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, and lust. That's why now we fight, not just for life, but for freedom. Instinct taught me how to fall in love with someone. We are born with the instinct to keep the spark of civilization alive. But the instinct itself knows nothing of civilization. We are strong enough to own our dreams, our beliefs. For me, those my dreams, my beliefs shouldn't be controlled by primal desires. So does everyone here. Imagine this. You have the greatest free will, but you bow down to your primal urges and willingly become a beast. Maybe you've never been trapped by love, but have you experienced moments like this? You know you shouldn't scroll through your phone late at night, but your fingers move before your brain does. You promised to eat less to lose weight, but when you see cake, oh, your stomach rebels before you can think. At that time, everybody fought for freedom. In that battle about love, I fought for freedom. However, I failed in that battle. I was raised being told that puppy love is shameful. I grew up in an age dominated by rationalism, so a hatred began to grow inside me. Not just to break free from my chains, but because I felt I wasn't following the rules of society. I wasn't conforming to the norms of civilization. So I decided to declare war on myself. I told myself, stop being so emotional, be rational, overcome this weakness, overcome this self to achieve the better self. Now looking back, I realize I wasn't fighting for myself. I fought for social biases. In the end, I didn't fight for my freedom. I fought for another chain. I did pull out the first arrow, yet I let the second one strike me. Look at our bodies. We feel ashamed of our appetite. We starve ourselves to stay slim. But think about it, are we fighting for freedom? No, most of us are not. The modern pursuit of slimness originally came from health ideas, but has gone to extremes. We are fighting for beauty standard, for what social biases dictate, for another chain. People naturally take those senses of forced awareness as something truly their own. However, this is where the battle becomes dangerous. When we internalize these social biases, they stop sounding like society's voice and start sounding like our own voice. When people's service level thoughts are shaped by certain trends, they often can't even notice it. Exercising proper control over our primal urges helps us achieve a balanced life. But biased social norms make this war too fierce, even causing more intense conflicts. That's the hatred in our mind, shaped by civilization itself. When we regret crushing on someone, feeling ashamed about wanting food, or blame ourselves for phone addiction, we are actually shooting the second arrow at ourselves. If I had chance to say something to that perplexed girl, to that version of myself who is suffering, to anyone who has ever fought this same internal battle, I would say, I see two forces controlling us. One is our instinctual self, holding the first arrow of primal desires. One is our social self, holding the second arrow of social biases. Our internal battle is a fight both against our primal urges and social biases. I say we must fight, but not kill. True awakening is about killing one and serve the other. It's about recognizing both and find the third path, the authentic self. If ever you find yourself at a loss, please ask yourself, is that really your pursuit? Or is it instinct driving you to be the beast? Is that really you fighting? Or is it society using your mind as a battleground? So please try to pull out the first arrow and do not let the second one strike you. That means fight against the weaker version of yourself. And finally, fight for who you truly are, your authentic self. Every battle with ourselves is a practice of protecting or surpassing who we are. When this war ends, what emerges will be a more complete and richer version of ourselves. Thank you all.